Hello and welcome to Tuner Tips by todderbert. In front of us we have the XTAR L8 box. It's a smart charging case for AAA and AA nickel metal hydride and 1.5 volt lithium batteries. You can find it selling at Amazon USA for $29.99. At the time of this video, I'll have links down below if you like this product. Check it out. XTAR Quality Innovation L8 box battery charging case. So it does both our AA and AAAs like I mentioned, and nickel metal hydride and 1.5 volt lithium ion flavors. Not just a charger case, it's XTAR inside. It's got a cool cylindrical design, love it. 8-bay charger, awesome. LED status indicator and magnetic cover. Charge and store, awesome. Alright, go on the back here. Got a little paragraph, you guys can read that if you want. Alright, you got some specifications there in case I missed something. It's got an input of power delivery, 5 volts, 3 amps, USB-C. And it has constant charging circuit. You can see it charges the 1.5s at half amp each when there's 6 of them, and it cuts it down a little bit to 380 milliamps for 8 of them. When you want to come out of hydride, you'll notice AAA or AA's, they're all at a half amp. Package contents and their address if you need to get a hold of them. There's their website, email, all that fun stuff. Some QR codes, got an official website and Facebook page, it looks like. Alright, great. So took everything out of the box. Let's see what we get. Alright, so star of the show. Thing's pretty cool looking. I like it. I like this cylindrical stuff. Awesome. So yeah, we get the L8 storage charging system. Awesome. We get a charging cable, USB-C to USB-C. Nice. And then we have a carry bag. That's also nice for them to give us. We'll cinch on there. Of course, we have our directions, so I'll kind of bring them up from underneath here. All right, cool. So you can see it's pretty simple. I'm just going to kind of do this for posterity in case you lose your instructions or I miss something, because I might. It's a pretty simple thing. It's got some cool things that it does. It has some great protections, so you don't have to worry about stuff. There's charging function, protection features, short circuit. There you go, overcharging, overvoltage. I'll probably mention those again. Dynamic power management, activation function, that's nice. So you have an over discharged battery, it helps activate them. And you got your charge status indicator, which you'll get to see those. I'll demo that. After sales service. And they got the anti-counterfeiting thing, because they're that popular, I guess. I think it ends on the back here. There you are. Cool. Done with that. Let's set this aside and have some fun with this charger. Alright, so let's look at some dimensions of it. So we have a base diameter of 3 7/8 inch. As you can see, it tapers. Here's our base. Zoom in on that. L8 box. Got some information there on the back side. Kind of what was already listed there. Charge rates and everything. Nice. Cool. So top diameter here is 3 3/16 of an inch. Did I mention base diameter? Yeah, base diameter is almost 4 inch, 3 7/8. And then the height here is 3 inches. For a size comparison, I can bring out like a radio CC pocket, which is pretty nice because I use nickel metal hydrides in my radio, and this is a perfect set to have. An 8-bay charger, keep your radios running, and flashlights, so it's perfect. Definitely a worthy thing to have on my channel. Really cool charger. Alright, then you got a deck of cards if you don't have a radio like that. Iron Man, he's the man with the master plan. He loves XTAR chargers from Chinaland. Yes, he's Iron Man. Master of the universe, man. You get the idea, right? Okay, yeah. Deck of cards. Alright, cool. So let's talk about features of the XTAR L8. Well, right away you can see it's got this cool lid. Let's pop that off. It's got a real strong magnet that holds it in place. You can pick it up by the lid and it's not going to fall. As you can see, it's definitely a strong magnet. So that's how you open it. And it keys. It's got this D-shape top. Matches a D-shape to the base. There you go. Pretty simple setup there. Each bay is represented by a number here. So you can see 1, 2, 3, all the way around to 8. And they represent 4 white LEDs. I'll just plug this in real quick so you can see those LEDs flash. So our USB-C plugs in the base. Plug it in. And we should see something, which might turn the switch on over here. There we go. It's kind of like a startup sequence. And of course, there's no battery installed, so you don't see anything flashing yet. There you are. Okay, great. So let's unplug that for the moment. Yeah, that's kind of neat. Thought that was like space age, futuristic. I like that stuff. Yeah, and I got the XTAR branded logo here with kind of like a cool little design embellishment there. It's got a two-tone thing, as you saw, silver paint job with the black. I showed you the base. It's got a USB-C input there on the bottom. There you go. It takes the 5 volts, 3 amps input for your power delivery. Simple Qualcomm 3.0 charger will do the job just fine. Those are prolific. They're around. Everybody usually has one. So if you have a USB-C charger, you'll have that or more. So this will be fine. And of course, there's like venting on the corners here. Cool. You got 4 little feet there. Nice. So let's open this up. So when you open it, like I mentioned, it has that D-shaped thing, and you got the positive terminals on top. Now, if you put the battery in upside down, it has reverse voltage protection, so it won't charge the battery and have problems. So if you put it in wrong, it just won't charge. It won't light up, so flip it around. Also, you can see it ships with 4 AAA adapters. These just come out. They're simple little plastic jobbers. And you have 4 of them, so you can put them in whatever bay you want. I just have them on 1 through 4 right now. And as you can see, the bays are represented, numbered in here as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way to 8. Nice. So AAAs and AAs. You can charge 8 AAs or 4 AAAs and 4 AAs. You can't do 4 AAAs, it looks like, but I guess if you could order more of these, you could. That's what you get when they ship it. Awesome. So yeah, auto detects what battery type. So we're going to be demoing some of the 1.5 volt lithium batteries and some Eneloop nickel hydrides here in a second. Give you an idea what this thing can do. So yeah, so I mentioned the charge rate of this charger. So on your 1.5 volts AAs or AAAs, 6 of the bays will charge at a half amp if you have them populated with just 6. If you do all 8, it'll charge them at 380 milliamps, as I mentioned. And of course, if you have all nickel metal hydride in here, it charges at half amp each, be it AAA or AAs. All right, I mentioned the input setup there. Cool. So it is short circuit, overcharge and over voltage protections, and activation function, which is nice for over discharged batteries. So if you have maybe a cell like this that goes to 0, it's going to help bring it back to life, which is good. If it has a possibility to come back to life, there you go. So it also serves as a storage device as well. Once your batteries are charged, you can leave the lid on, unplug it, and take it with you wherever you want to go with your batteries still in here. You don't have to worry about them discharging in the battery charger. I know on some of my chargers, if I leave the batteries in there, they discharge. So this one will not do that, which is a handy thing to have. So let's go ahead and demo this and do some thoughts on this. So we'll go just drop some batteries in. So I got some Eneloop, your standard white cells, 1.2 volts. So we'll just drop 2 AAs in there. And then for the first 2, we'll drop in some AAA Eneloops right here. Now, it does charge these little AAAs fairly quickly, so that's one thing I don't like about it. They charge these at half amp. There's no way to set that lower. It's one of my gripes on this, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. Next, we have these new XTAR, 3960s they call them, with a capacity of 2,500 milliamp hours. That's pretty nice. I like that. And then it's got this new little feature where if you touch the top, it shows the charge status. Isn't that nice? So that must be, yeah, the voltage. Cool. It's showed 4 lights, so that's good. So 100%. So it's probably not going to have full charge capability, but 2 AA 1.5, so you can mix them, which is nice. Here's some AAA 1.5 volt lithiums. Now these are really good in flashlights. Same with the AAs, and like say game controllers. But these here, the nickel metal hydrides, of course, are better in your radios. These are not. So keep that in mind. If you're wondering, do not use these because they produce RFI in the radios, unfortunately. They have a circuit that's always running. So we got them all there, and you don't have to twist anything. It just clips right on. So you just cover it, and now we're just going to plug it in. Now you can do this either way. You can do it hot or cold, so you can have it already plugged in and be putting those batteries in. So we'll plug it in. And our lights will light up, and it'll start charging the batteries. Very simple affair. And then once they're all charged up, there'll be 4 bars showing for each battery that's charged. I believe if they do a weird flashing, fast flashing, it's errored. It's a bad cell. So there you are. Oh, self-explanatory, and I'll just show you. I just have it to a standard 3.0 charger, XTAR, branded. I think you can pick them up on Amazon as well. If I remember, I'll put a link to these. They're pretty simple. I think they're like $10 at the most. But you already have one at home. If you have a phone, you can just use that. And I'm just showing you the charge rate here. It's doing 5 volts at 1.2 amps right now, because I think most of these are to a point where they don't need much charging to them. But it can go all the way up to 3 amps, which is nice. That's what it's pulling right now for those batteries. Very cool. All charging. Okay, neat. So that's pretty much it. Let's talk about likes, dislikes, and overall opinions. So let me unplug it. XTAR L8. Awesome. So, all right. My likes on this. I like the compact size. This is really nice. It is compact. You got that drawstring bag, and you can put this in a backpack. Take it with you pretty easily in the car. I don't see a problem there whatsoever. You actually could charge in the car as well. If you have a USB-C adapter that produces the 3 amp output, you can take it on the go and mobile charge, which I think is nice. You can also use a solar panel too as well with a nice output. So check your solar panel, make sure it has a 3 amp output, and you can use that. I think some of mine do. I think I have a USB-C output on one of mine. So yeah, they're 100 watt panel would definitely be no problem for this thing. You could use a 30 watt panel, it'd be fine if you had strong sunlight. Charge status LEDs, nice. It's nice. It has 4 for each bay. It's an 8-bay charger, fantastic. 8 is great because when you have AA's, AAA's, you usually need about 4 to 8 at a time, so it works out good being able to do that and being able to mix the batteries too between nickel metal hydride and the 1.5 volts. Because I use both, because I do have the flashlights that use the little AAA 1.5s, and these lights here work out pretty well. My bigger lights, they have already a lithium in there, but I can use the nickel metal hydride or the 1.5 volts in these flashlights as well. So that's something to think about. That works out really well. A companion to those lights. Thought I'd show it to you. So magnetic lid, I do like this lid. I think that's fantastic. It makes it so much easier just to slap it on and go. Auto detection of battery type, like I mentioned. Storage function, like right now, it's stored. So off you go. Dislikes and wants. Well, the big one was the one I mentioned already, is a slower charge rate for AAA batteries. I believe half amp is a bit fast. I have seen these chargers always charge them at half amp. I don't know why. They should be less, like 250 or 200 should be the max, maybe 300 at the max. Because I think the stock chargers are around 300 milliamps. So if they could have a way to distinguish, when you put that adapter in, now it knows it's a AAA and it will smart charge it at a AAA voltage and charge current, that would be nice. So something to think about, XTAR, if you're watching this video. So overall, what do I like? It's if you like the design and you like the storage function of the L8 charger, it's for you. It's $30, so it's a little bit of a premium item because a lot of your batteries come with, your nickel metal hydrides, they come with a charger, or your 1.5s, they come with a charger. You just can't do both typically. So there is that functionality and expandability with this, is you have the ability to do both types. So most chargers don't have that, but sometimes you don't need that. You just need one battery type or the other. But if you use both types, this might be the one to get. So I definitely give it a recommended buy if you so desire that. But just wanted to mention there are other types of chargers out there. They may fit the needs for you, and it might be less cost if you don't need to have this dual charging setup. So there you are, the L8 box. If you love this video, give it a big like. If you like the XTAR L8, give it a big upvote. You guys are the best. If you like these videos, you'd like to see more on tutor tips, subscribe to the bell icon, get notified of future reviews of battery chargers, antenna systems, whatever I have that goes with our radio and flashlights. Yeah, we gotta know what serves them, and this is one of them. So I'll definitely make sure you subscribe and hit the bell if you haven't already. And of course, comment down below what you think about the XTAR L8 box. Is it for you? Do you like this charging system? Do you like the simplicity of the USB-C input, standard input? You like the magnetic lid? You like the 8-bay charging capability? Do you wish they included 8 AAA adapters? Because I think they could have easily done that. Let me know what you think. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in my next awesome video.